What I've got right here are a couple of folders which hold some media files. Anyways, organization starts right here. You want to make sure that everything sits nicely within folders so that it's all organized. And what I then want to do is just select these folders and drag them into the project window and have the same hero key inside Premiere as well. All right, for the root folder, I usually keep this on list view because we don't need any thumbnails right here. And let's get started by creating a new sequence. When creating a new sequence, we can either go for custom settings or we can select one of the presets. And there are actually a few presets in here which will work perfectly for about like 95% of the projects that you're probably going to work on. And those are already DNX HD or DNX HR. For now, I'm going to go to the HR folder and I'm going to choose the Ultra HD 30 frames per second right here. Let's just go for the one here on top. For now, let's just pick this one. I'm going to give that a name. For example, my first edit and hit OK. So wait, we got a timeline or a sequence. I'm going to open up the B-roll folder, and for this folder, I do want to set my view to the icon view so we can see the thumbnails. Double click on a clip to open it up in the source monitor. Find the part that you need, for example, this part. Set an in point by using the I on your keyboards. Go a little bit forward in time and set an out point with the O key on your keyboard. And now we can bring this clip to our timeline by either dragging that or by using this function right here, insert or short key comma. Hold down the Alt key and scroll in your timeline to zoom in. Without holding Alt, you can go left and right. When your mouse stands on the track and by holding down Alt and scrolling, you will enlarge the track height. All right, let's bring a few more clips into the timeline. So let's assume that this right here now is a little intro sequence. After this is going to start with the actual painting. So let's take this shot here, for example, with the lights, as he is already starting on the painting. Insert that as well. And in my timeline, I'm going to move my playheads right before that clip. I'm going to place a marker by pressing the M key on my keyboard. You can give that marker a name, for example, Start Painting. Press OK. And what follows now, we're going to be a few more shots of Janik here painting his miniatures. And now let's head over to the last clip here, which is Janik finishing up his miniature. He's putting it down, so in points, out points, bring that to the timeline. And right before that one, we're going to create a new marker, and I'm going to call that one Final. Now, working with markers is one way to define the different parts within your edit, but you can also choose to select certain clips, right-click, and then go over to Label and just give them a different color, for example, yellow. This way, we also get a very clear view of the different parts within our edits. Now, working with label colors is usually going to be better because they are tied to the clip and markers are not. If I'm going to take my rolling edit tool here from the toolbox or press the short key N, I can move the out point of clip number 5 and the in point of clip number 7. So let's do that. Let's bring it to the right side, for example. So the left clip right here has become larger in duration, and the second clip right here has become shorter in duration. But my marker still sits at this place right here, which does not indicate the new part yet. All right, so what I want to do now is create a specific look to these 4 clips right here. Now to do that, let me just go back first to my root folder, and I'm going to create a new folder here called Assets, and within there, I'm going to create a new adjustment layer. Press OK. The adjustment layers are a nothing layer, but we can use them to place them on top of clips. I'm going to set them to the equal length here, and whenever we're going to apply effects to this adjustment layer, it will be applied to everything beneath that. So let's try that. I'm going to go to my effects library and search for black and white. It's right here on your image control. Drag that onto the adjustment layer, and you'll see that all of my clips right here underneath the adjustment layer has become black and white. I'm also going to search for the effect called crop and drag that to the adjustment layer as well. With the adjustment layer selected, head over to the effects controls, from which we'll find the effects applied to it, which is the black and white filter and as well the crop filter. With the crop selected, we can visually cut into or crop into the video, and because we're working in an adjustment layer, it will be applied to everything below. But we can also change the percentage values in here. So for the top, let's crop off 15%, and for the bottom as well. Kind of create that cinema scope. That a great benefit as well of having this crop effect on the adjustment layer is that we can still move around the clips underneath. So with clip 1 here selected in my timeline, I see now that there isn't enough headspace in this clip because we've cropped off the top. So what I want to do now is when it's selected, head over to the effects controls, and from the motion property, I'm going to push that clip down in its position, and we can perfectly do that without altering the actual crop. And so we can set that for each clip individual. So now all of my clips are aligned perfectly, just the way that I want to. I do finalize all this right here. Let's go to the ends. Select the adjustment layer, and I'm going to animate that crop value, which we can do by enabling the animation. Click this stop right here for the top and also for the bottom, which will create 2 keyframes. Move forward in time or to the end of that clip, and here set the top and the bottom to 0. So in between these 2 keyframes, that crop is animated as we can see. So let's have a look at this animation. The intro sequence has stopped, so it opens up to the colored sequence.